Hello students, how are you? Today we are going to start with our social studies chapter 2, that is the northern mountains. What are the northern mountains? The northern mountains are those which lie in the northern and northeastern part of our country. The word Himalayas means the abode of snow. The Himalayas stretch from the Karakoram range in the north, that is in Jammu and Kashmir, to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. As you can see in this picture, you can see the Karakoram range in red, which is in Jammu and Kashmir, and the range of mountains that stretch to the eastern part, that is Arunachal Pradesh. Coming to the next, which are the peaks that are located in the Himalayan mountain ranges? Himalayas are mountain ranges, which means that there is not a single mountain but a series of mountains. So, mountains have a top notch. That top notch is known as a peak. There are various mountain peaks in Himalayas. The highest mountain peak is Mount Everest in Nepal. Mount Everest is 8,848 meters above the sea level. Godwin Austen, also known as K2, is 8,611 meters in height and is the highest mountain peak in India. However, Mount Everest lies in Nepal. It lies in the Karakoram range in Kashmir. Apart from that, Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi, Naga Parbat, Kamet, Nankun are other highest peaks of Himalayas. Himalayas have a very harsh atmosphere which makes it difficult for people to permanently live there. The people who have accepted the challenge to climb the top of the highest peak are Tenzing Norgay of India and Edmund Hillary of New Zealand, who were the first to climb Mount Everest in 1953. Later, Bhajendri Pal, an Indian woman, also succeeded in climbing this peak in 1984. Santosh Yadav, another Indian lady, became the first lady to climb Mount Everest twice. You can see in the picture that the Himalayas are divided into three parts. There are three ranges that run alongside each other. The topmost or the highermost is the Greater Himalayas, which is also known as Himadri. Here, if you see in this image, you can see that the first, the light blue colored one, where one is written, that is the part of Greater Himalayas. Below it runs the Lesser Himalayas, which is also known as Himachal. And below that runs the Lower Himalayas, that is also known as Shivalik. Coming to the Greater Himalayas, also known as Himadri, what are the features? It consists of many high peaks. If you look at the image, you can see that there are various peaks, that is Naga Parbat, K2, Mount Kailash, Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga. All these are the peaks. All these peaks are located in the Greater Himalayas, that is the top layer of Himalayas. Then all these peaks always remain covered with ice. As it is very high, these peaks always remain covered with ice. Many glaciers are found here. What are glaciers? Glaciers are slow moving masses of ice. When ice slowly keeps moving, that is known as glaciers. So various glaciers are located here. Yamunotri and Gangotri are two famous glaciers. The river Ganga starts from Gangotri and the river Yamuna starts from Yamunotri. Both are glaciers. Some other rivers like Indus, Satluj, and Brahmaputra also have their origin in this range. As you can see in the image, you can see that there are various rivers that are originating from the Himalayas. All these are the big rivers of our country. These rivers are perennial and flow throughout the year. Then coming to next, that is the Lesser Himalayas, also known as Himachal. The Himachal has thick temperate forest and trees such as pine, oak, fir, and deodar are the main trees of these forests. Many beautiful valleys and hill stations are situated in this range. During the spring season, wild flowers of various colors cover the valley like a carpet. Mussoorie, Shimla, Srinagar, Darjeeling, Nainital are beautiful hill stations in this range. The lesser Himalayan region is ideal for growth of fruits such as apples, pears, plums, peaches, etc. Next, coming to the lower Himalayas, the lowermost range of the Himalayan mountains, also called as Shivalik. It is the southernmost range of Himalayas. The range has many low hills. As we saw that Greater Himalayas has various peaks, the lower Himalayas has various low hills. The hills are covered with green forest, and that is why it is considered as storehouse of wood. Forests are homes of various wild animals such as tigers, cheetah, sambar, and elephants. Sambar are a kind of deers. It has also marshlands that are covered with deciduous forest. Marshlands are those lands which are covered with water as well as land, and deciduous forest is a type of forest. The marshland in Uttar Pradesh is called Terai, while in West Bengal and Assam it is known as Doors. These days, the forests have been cleared in many areas for farming and animal rearing. However, the Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand and Kaziranga National Park in Assam are located in the Shivalik ranges. Next, coming to passes. What are passes? Pass is a narrow passage through mountains. You all must be knowing about valleys. Valleys is a gap between two mountains. But when there is a passage, when there is a path between two mountains, it is known as pass. The important passes of Himalayas are Khyber, Bolan, Shipkila, Nathula, Bombrila, etc. If you look at this image, you can see that there are various passes of India marked with the numbers. So you can locate the passes through these numbers. And La means passes. Importance of Himalayas. What are the importance of Himalayas to us? They guard our northern borders. Now, the higher Himalayas are so chill and so cold that it protects us, it makes a boundary and protects us from foreign attacks. Then, next, they check cold winds of Tibet and China from reaching our country. Means a lot of cold winds blow from the northern side towards India, and they stand as a barrier and block those cold winds. If Himalayas would not have been there, then India would be cold and barren land. Then next, they prevent water-laden monsoon winds from traveling further to north. This means that during monsoon, what happens from the southern side, a lot of moisture-laden winds move towards the northern side. If Himalayas would not have been there, all these water-laden clouds would have traveled to north. But because of Himalayas, it brings rainfall in India. Next, the river rising in Himalayas get constant supply of water from their snow. Their water is used for irrigation in our fields. The forest of Himalayas provide valuable wood and medicine to us. The rich mineral wealth of Himalayas is very useful for our economic growth. So with this we come to end of unit 2, that is chapter 2, the northern mountains. I hope you all must have enjoyed and understood the chapter. See you children. Bye.